The return of the Honda S2000, long anticipated, oft-debated, and perennially romanticized among automotive purists, has re-emerged in the form of the rumored 2026 Honda S2000, a project that exists more in the passionate imaginations of enthusiasts and speculative renderings than in any official statement from Honda themselves, yet that hasn't stopped the internet, industry blogs, and YouTube concept artists from envisioning what such a machine might look like in the modern era. First launched in 1999 to commemorate Honda's 50th anniversary, the original S2000 quickly carved a niche for itself in the pantheon of accessible sports cars, not because it was the fastest in a straight line, nor the cheapest, but because of the purity of its experience: a front-engine, rear-wheel drive roadster with perfect 50/50 weight distribution, a high-revving naturally aspirated engine, the F20C, razor-sharp handling, and a chassis that was as communicative as it was balanced. In the years since its discontinuation in 2009, the S2000 has become a cult classic, and its resale values have remained strong thanks to its rarity, analog driving experience, and bulletproof Honda engineering. Now, with 2026 drawing closer and Honda at a strategic crossroads between EV commitments and enthusiast credibility, the notion of a revived S2000 aligns not only with nostalgic appeal but with a corporate imperative to remind the world that performance still has a place in the Japanese automaker's DNA. But make no mistake, as exciting as the rumors are, Honda has not confirmed any such development. There are no test mules, no patent leaks, and no official teasers, just speculation, some of it fueled by industry whispers and others by the recent wave of successful retro revivals such as the Toyota GR86, Nissan Z, and Mazda MX-5 continuing to evolve. Still, let's indulge in the possibility: what might a 2026 Honda S2000 actually be? Most predictions center around the heart of the car, its engine and platform, suggesting Honda may borrow the 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 from the Civic Type R K20C1, detuned or retuned to suit a rear-wheel drive layout and possibly paired with a 6-speed manual transmission, preserving that key element of driver engagement. Horsepower estimates range from 315 to 350 horsepower, which would position the new S2000 above the Miata and Toyota GR86, and somewhere in contention with the GR Supra 2.0, Nissan Z, if not quite at the Z Nismo level, and even base Porsche 718 Cayman Boxster variants. Some even speculate Honda could integrate hybrid assistance, either in the form of a 48-volt mild hybrid or a lightweight dual-motor rear-biased EAWD setup, though the latter would likely add weight and complexity counter to the S2000's original spirit. What's universally agreed upon, though, is that the new car would need to remain lightweight and agile, with a curb weight ideally below 3,000 pounds, achievable only through liberal use of aluminum, high-strength steel, and possibly carbon fiber composites. A long hood, short rear deck, and low center of gravity are considered must-haves, with design language that pays homage to the AP1, AP2 while integrating modern aerodynamics. Think aggressive front splitters, an active rear diffuser, and sleeker LED lighting without succumbing to the excessive origami-like creases seen on some of Honda's recent models. On the inside, the 2026 S2000 would likely modernize the famously Spartan cockpit with digital instrumentation, a central touchscreen infotainment system supporting wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a revised control layout, but would ideally retain analog elements like a physical tachometer, rotary climate controls, and a simple, driver-centric seating position. Bucket-style seats with optional Alcantara trim, lightweight door cards, and carbon fiber inlays would help blend heritage with high-performance intent. Honda Sensing, its suite of advanced driver assistance systems, would probably be included for regulatory compliance, but in minimalist form to avoid diluting the car's mission. Adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and forward collision mitigation might be standard, but enthusiasts will hope for an easily toggled, pure drive mode where all aids are disabled. From a chassis and dynamics standpoint, adaptive dampers, a mechanical limited slip differential, and performance tires on forged 18 or 19-inch wheels are all expected. The suspension system could borrow elements from the Civic Type R or even Acura's performance models, but would need to be uniquely tuned for the S2000's lower center of gravity and RWD dynamics. Some sources propose that Honda may even collaborate with external engineering firms or revive internal performance divisions such as Honda Performance Development (HPD) or Mugen, offering upgraded trims or track-focused variants later in the model's life cycle. Pricing speculation is wide-ranging, with early optimists suggesting a base MSRP around $35,000, but more realistic estimates place it closer to $50,000 to $60,000, especially if the car offers true sports car performance with premium build quality and low-volume production. That would position it above a loaded Miata or GR86, but still significantly below European offerings from BMW, Porsche, and Lotus. Honda could mitigate cost concerns by offering tiered trims, a base Enthusiast model with manual transmission and minimal infotainment, and a premium touring version with all digital luxuries. In terms of production, it's likely the new S2000, if built, would be manufactured either in Japan or possibly at Honda's Performance Manufacturing Center in Ohio, where the Acura NSX was previously produced. This would allow for tighter quality control and showcase the car as a halo model. Launch timing rumors are pointing to late 2025 as a possible production start, which would make the S2000 a 2026 model year vehicle, aligning perfectly with Honda's longer-term strategy to revive driver-centric performance offerings before the full pivot to electric. It's also worth noting that Honda has recently teased a new electric sports car concept, possibly previewing an EV NSX successor, which leads some to wonder if the new S2000 might be the last ICE-based RWD sports car the brand ever produces. If so, that raises the stakes considerably, as it could become a spiritual swan song to the golden age of Honda performance. Market reception would likely depend not only on the specs and price, but how well Honda communicates its intent. Purists want a no-compromise spiritual successor to the AP2, not a watered-down hybrid GT. The emotional weight of the S2000 name also carries baggage. If Honda goes too soft, it risks alienating the very audience most eager to buy it. Conversely, if it goes too extreme, it may face limited sales viability in a shrinking sports car market increasingly dominated by crossovers and EVs. That said, recent success stories, like the GR Corolla, Civic Type R Florida 5, and reborn Acura Integra Type S, show that Honda still understands how to create enthusiast machines when the mission is clear. There's also an aftermarket angle to consider. Part of the original S2000's lasting appeal was its modifiability, with tuners pushing naturally aspirated builds past 300 horsepower or turbocharging the platform to double that. A new S2000 would need to retain that mechanical openness, manual transmission, tunable EQ, and upgradable suspension and exhaust systems, to appeal to the same fanbase. It may even open new doors for Honda's OEM Plus catalog of accessories and performance parts, especially if the company seeks to monetize its heritage appeal in an era where direct sales and lifestyle branding are increasingly intertwined. Ultimately, the hypothetical 2026 Honda S2000 sits at a fascinating intersection of nostalgia and necessity. It represents a chance for Honda to prove it still values driving purity in a world of synthetic steering feel and autonomous ambitions. It offers an opportunity to leverage history without being shackled by it, to excite a new generation of drivers who never got to experience VTEC screaming past 9,000 RPM. While the new version will likely never replicate that specific magic, it could redefine it in a modern context, balancing speed, style, sustainability, and soul. But unless Honda breaks its silence with a teaser or a prototype in the near future, the 2026 S2000 remains a dream, one rendered in digital mock-ups, fueled by forum discussions, and kept alive by a community that refuses to let one of the last true analog heroes fade into obscurity. Whether or not Honda makes that dream real is still to be seen, but if they do, they'd better do it right.